Hey, third grade, happy Monday morning. Today we're going to start off with something easy, kind of easy for the week. So we're going to look in our math books on page 703 and 704. We're going to talk about drawing bar graphs. And we've done that a lot this year in different subjects, social studies. We've done it a couple times with math activities. My girl's under the table today sleeping. So if you could go ahead and get out your books and turn to page 703, 704, we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, Milo surveyed 5 grades to find the number of May birthdays. He recorded the data in a tally chart. Display the data in a vertical bar graph. Okay, so this is our tally chart like we had last week. We need to put all of this into a bar graph because bar graphs are actually quicker and easier to read. So we're going to make sure we do a couple things here. First, before we get started, let's go over the parts of a bar graph. Okay, the numbers on the sides right here, this is called a scale. You can see this bar graph has number of students written over here. Well, we need to come up with a title for it. We'll do that in just a minute. A scale is a set of numbers that represents the data organized into equal intervals. So the intervals they used here are 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You wouldn't want to go 0, 2, 3, 4, 7. You wouldn't want to do too much of a random number. You try to do it into equal intervals. And then each line stands for 2 students. You can see that here. This is for 2, this is 4, 6, 8, 10, okay? The rows are equal. Everything looks nice and neat. And this is where we're going to need to put in a title, okay? So you could also draw vertical bars to match the data. These are up and down. You could also do it up and down instead of sideways, okay? So here's what we're going to call that. We're going to look at that tally chart again, and we're going to call this bar graph May birthdays, okay? You can see the information's in there. How many May birthdays happened? On May 1st, it looks like there were 5. On May 2nd, it looks like they were how many? On May 3rd, how many? Okay, so you just take that and put it into a bar graph. Okay. Desmond surveyed his friends about their favorite summer sports. Display the results in a horizontal bar graph. Okay, horizontal means side by side, okay? That's like if you think about the horizon, how the sun sets on the horizon, it's vertical, okay? So it's horizontal, not vertical, sorry. So Desmond surveyed his friends about their favorite summer sports. Display the results. Okay, so what they did is they just totaled up the tally marks here. 4, put it in the frequency part. Okay, here we have 10. You can easily see that without having to count them. Okay, 7 and 6. Next thing you need to do, here is a vertical bar graph. Okay, you can see that the bars go kind of like along a horizon. Okay, this is a horizontal bar graph. I don't know why I keep calling it vertical. Sorry. Okay, draw and label. So first thing you're going to do is draw a rectangle. Label the side and bottoms of the graph to describe the information, and then give the graph a title. Okay, you're going to write a scale on the bottom of the graphs, separate it into 6 equal columns. So this is what they did here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns there. They did them up and down. Okay, and then they did the horizontal bar graph this way so that the bars are going this horizontally. Draw horizontal bars to match each number from your data. So this is what they did. They took the data from the frequency chart and they just went over here. If it was to go to 4, they drew it to 4. If it was to grow to 10, they drew it to 10. If it was to go somewhere in the middle, they drew it in the middle. Okay, just like we did last week. Okay, so here's what it turned out to look like. Draw a rectangle, label the sides, okay, with the sports. Write a scale at the bottom of the graph. This is the scale at the bottom of the graph. They separated it into 6 columns. They drew horizontal bars to match each number from the data. Okay. Now display the set of data from example 2 in the vertical bar graph. So when you look at example 2, go back and look at example 2, and then I want you to put the information in this vertical bar graph. So for vertical, you're going to go up and down, bars, horizontal, side by side. So see if you could take that information to draw your bars. How many people thought tennis was their favorite sport? Swimming, baseball, and biking. I'm going to hold that thought for a second. Stop the video and put your answers in. You can shade in your bars if you want to, and then here are the answers. Okay? If you didn't do it the correct way, go ahead and fix it now. Make sure you draw your bars nice and neat, up, down, and if you want to shade them in, you can shade them in. Okay, so now we're going to do some independent practice here. So display each set of data below in a bar graph. So what we're going to do is, the first thing we're going to do is kind of take a look at this. And for me, I always like to start with the title, favorite birds to watch. So I'm going to put that title over here, right? Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of look here and I'm going to think, okay, how many cardinals do I have? Okay, and I could do a scale score down, the scale scores right here. Okay, so I need to be thinking, how many cardinals do I have? How many robins? How many goldfinch? Okay, and then you have to answer 2 more questions. So see if you can go ahead and add those numbers in. Put the bars where they go. This is going to be a vertical bar graph, okay? It's going straight up. The bars are going to go straight up. I'll give you a little bit of hint. Let's look at the robin. 4, you're going to go up to the 4, over and down, okay? Go ahead and do that. Here come your answers. Oh, there they are, okay? Don't forget to write bird in here too, because these are the birds that we're talking about, okay? These are favorite birds to watch, and they wrote bird in here. How many students responded to the survey altogether? All you did was count up all of these. How many more students like watching the goldfinch than the robin? Now it's kind of easier to see. I don't have to go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The robin are 4. Okay. I mean, I'll have to. How many more like watching the goldfinch than the robin? I don't have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 9 here. 4 plus what equals 9. I can kind of just look at the difference here. Okay. I have 9 to 4 is 5, okay? All right, display each set of data in the bar graph below. Here you're going to have to put in some time intervals. Let's try to stick with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 on this one because my frequency chart doesn't go above 10, so that's okay. Don't forget to put the title in. Don't forget to label this over here. See if you can do it, and let's pause, and let's check your answer. Hopefully you got it all right. Okay, number 3. How many fewer years does the hamster live than the kangaroo? A little subtraction here if you want to. Which 2 animals, when you subtract their lifespans, will equal the lifespan of a hamster? Okay, lifespan of a hamster is 2. So which 2, when you subtract their lifespans? Subtract 2. I'll give you a hint. Okay. All right, make sure you have everything filled in. And numbers 3 and 4. Take a look at the frequency chart and then add the information over here, okay? Always a title, always a label, always intervals, and make sure your bar graphs go vertical, okay? I mean horizontal. I just self-registered again. Make sure your bar graphs go horizontally, okay? Horizontally is like the horizon, okay? So right here, horizontal bar graph, okay? Write 1 sentence to describe the data. Again, just like we did last week. What's 1 sentence you could say about this? Here's a sample answer. The lion's lifespan is 5 times as long as the hamster's lifespan. You could come up with lots of different things to describe the data. Okay. How many more states border Ohio than Michigan? So this is a way that you can look at bar graphs and see how much easier they are to use than tally charts, okay? So how many more states border Ohio than Michigan? So you come over here to Ohio, it's between 4 and 6, so that's 5. Michigan has between 2 and 4, which is 3, so 5 minus 3 would be what? And how many more states border Tennessee than Ohio and Florida combined? Figure that one out. Hopefully you came up with that. Okay, one more person responds that a boat is his favorite way to travel. Write an addition sentence to show the total number of students that were surveyed. Okay, so I'm thinking something plus something plus something equals something. See if you can come up with it. How many times as many students prefer to travel by plane and train combined as car? Well, when I add up plane and train, I get 5 plus 3 is 8. And for car, we have 2. So 2 times what's going to give me 8? Hopefully you're able to come up with the answer. All right, last one. I'm going to help you out with it. Okay, the graph for exercises 5 and 6 has a scale of 2. The graph for exercise 7 and 8 has a scale of 1. Go back and look at those and notice the scales. Okay, what factors help you determine the scale you'll use for a bar graph? We kind of talked about this. You have to know it's best to use a scale that has the same factors as the numbers on the frequency table or tally chart. You need to make sure your scale goes up as high as the numbers you have. Okay. And time for you to work. Today's assignment's not too bad. If you guys could go ahead and for today just finish workbook pages. It looks like it's pages 707, 708, and I will send you the answers tomorrow. We're going to do a little more graphing this week, and you're going to see some bar graphs actually coming up very soon in science. So this is good. Take care. I miss you. Hopefully those books came in. I'm recording this on Thursday, so hopefully the books came in today and they're delivered at your house. I miss you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.